Hey, I'm Jason from the Wellness Breakthrough Academy, and today I want to talk to you about unworthiness and it being potentially the possibility to greatness. Now, I've been working with people since 1998, and one of the things I've found is this is threaded through every single person that I've met, from high flyers to people who are unemployed. So the thing that I've had, that just the language is actually completely different. An unworthy person who actually doesn't feel like they can do anything, they're telling me that they feel overwhelmed and they feel frustrated that they can't get what they want. Whereas a person who is dealing with unworthiness from the top is telling me how stressed they are and how much they are struggling with all the pressures that they have to do and have to be this particular person and show this particular person to the world. So they're exactly the same thing. The issue is they're coming from two different sides of the coin. So my idea around this is giving you the perspective that unworthiness is infiltrated into every single person, and it's different to every different level that we are living our lives. So if you're a leader, leaders are typically trying to hide from the fact that they don't want anyone to see that they might have some broken parts. So quite often I've heard people say, well, you haven't paid me to actually be vulnerable and broken, you've paid me to lead, right? So what that does is creates this sense of separation. So what we get stuck into is this sense of certainty that a leader is giving us, and the moment we actually see the crack in the pavement, we go, oh, are they really being what they said they were? And we feel like we're being lied to on some level. So if you're that person who's feeling, pressure and that sort of thing, and you're a real go-getter, what you want to understand is you're running away from unworthiness and you're trying to hide from it. So a lot of people talk about certainty and clarity and vision and they've got it all together, where in actual fact what they're doing is they've got all of those things hiding under the carpet while they're focusing on their gifts, and maybe they've achieved multiple figures in their industry and they're doing really well. At the end of the day, they're still struggling and they're never happy. And I heard someone actually say this, an amazing financial earner say, you're never ever happy. And I don't believe that that's true. So what we've got to learn to be able to do is deal with that unworthiness and what it's about. So, I'll give you my example as my mum is amazing. She runs a seven-figure industry. She runs a seven-figure business in the hairdressing industry. I'll give you an example of my mum. She runs a seven-figure business I'll give you an example of my mum. She runs a seven-figure business in the hairdressing industry, and she still thinks that she's the person who came off the farm. Her parents struggled with money and they were always struggling, and mum has built up something that has made her one of the best hairdressers in her town. And she just won an award last year for Best Business in Canberra. So that's an amazing achievement for someone who's been in the industry for a really long time. The coolest thing is it doesn't get to her head because she's got unworthiness in her pocket. And this is what I believe we need to have, because if we don't have unworthiness in our pocket, we stop listening, we stop learning, and we stop growing. And we have this sense of certainty, and we'll only listen to the people who are above us. And that's actually not really a great thing to do, because we need to listen to everyone, because we start creating separation if we're only going to listen to people who we think are beyond us in the path. So I'll give you a personal example of this. I've been in the helping industry for over 20 years. I had someone come and see me probably about 10 years ago. He didn't come to see me for a session. He was coming to see me to actually fix the glass window that I had in my home. And he told me some amazing information and some advice that I should adhere to around how I make sure that I maintain my relationship with my daughter after we've had a split marriage. And he said, I've got an amazing relationship with my daughter. So I was like, okay, my ears were wide open and I wanted to know, because I wanted to make sure that my relationship with my daughter was really good. And I do have that. So I listened really clearly to the insights and information, while I was getting different viewpoints from friends and therapists when I talk about what was happening with my daughter and my ex-partner. So I really believe that unworthiness allowed me to listen. So what I want you to think about is unworthiness is never going to go away no matter what you do. I'm a really confident person. I'm very certain in the work that I do. The thing is, I understand humility, and humility and unworthiness come together like holding hands, and they're connected. So I want to keep humility in my pocket, and unworthiness is the absolute glue that's going to maintain that sense of humility, understanding and connectedness to help myself and other people grow around me. Because I believe that when you think you've figured it out, in quotes, you've just stopped learning. So the uncertainty connection is going to keep you listening, keep you growing, keep you focused, and keep you firing in the direction that you want to go. The coolest thing that it'll give you is it'll stop the pressure that you're putting on yourself to make sure that you're getting there. Because I'm going to give you a really important tip. There's no such thing as there. So the moment you get to the goalpost, there's going to be another goalpost for you to reach, and unworthiness will take you on that journey again. Right now, I'm a white belt in karate. I'm the beginner. I'm so excited about being the beginner in that room. The reason why is I've got more to learn than the black belts do. They've been doing it for a really long time, and I'm so excited to learn something new. So I want you to, really consider this, and maybe you can actually have unworthiness in your pocket like me. Because I had someone mention this just to me recently. He said to me, Jason, thank you so much for setting up this academy. My life wouldn't be the same without you. And my response was, it's not working without you, bud, and you're doing a great job. And he said, of course that would be coming from a humble leader. And I feel really, really gracious in the fact that he named the very thing that I want to be for the rest of my life, is a humble leader, sharing with confidence, connection, power and strength, and having humility and unworthiness in my pocket for the rest of my life, so I can continue to grow to be the best person that I humanly possibly can. So I'd love for you to have a little bit of a different insight into this word, and have you triggered a little bit to see if what I've said actually makes you think a little differently. Enjoy.